good, everybody? It's your boy Nico Talks Football, back with another video, back with another win. Barcelona win the first La Liga game of the season 3-0 against Mallorca, away at Mallorca. A very hectic and crazy game, but overall I think it was comfortable for Barcelona, and we dominated possession, but there were some chances for Mallorca here and there with Murici at striker, but I thought Barcelona controlled. However, I thought we could have won by even more if we put away our chances and was more clinical in front of goal. But overall, very comfortable and a good win to start the season off. Alright, to get into the starting lineup that started the game for Barcelona, the exact same lineup that I predicted except for Koundé. Koundé did not start. It was Eric Garcia starting ahead of Koundé. It was Joan Garcia, goalkeeper, a back four of Eric Garcia, Ronald Araujo, Kubarsi, Alejandro Balde, a midfield three of De Jong, Pedri, and Fermin, and a front three of Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, and Rafinha. Alright, just to talk about what happened throughout the game, I would say Barcelona started the game good, controlling the possession. Obviously, not much was happening, but once Barcelona broke the deadlock with a beautiful goal from Rafinha, Lamine Yamal with an excellent ball, and Rafinha makes the run. He's on the end of it, and a great header from Rafinha to put Barcelona up 1-0. A goal that we saw even last year when Barcelona played Mallorca with Lamine Yamal crossing to Rafinha, but even so many times last year we saw that same exact goal where Lamine Yamal would cross the ball, Rafinha on the end of it. So it's so glad to see that back, the best duo in world football, bro. Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. No one is better than those two. And then after that, there was scored another goal. This was controversial. So Lamine Yamal shoots the ball outside the box. It hits the defender's head, and I don't know, it hit his head so hard that the defender fell. So everybody stopped for Mallorca, and then Ferran Torres just grabbed the ball, and with a beautiful finish scored the second goal of the game. I don't even know about this goal. A lot of people are saying it should have been disallowed. Some people are saying no, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not really going to get into it. It's the referee's decision. On this channel, I'm not really going to get into refereeing decisions unless I think it's really wrong. I'm not really, if I was a referee personally, I would have blew the whistle and blew the play dead. I don't think the play should have continued, because if I would have seen everyone stopped, I would just blew the play. I would have blew my whistle, but it was the referee's decision not to blow his whistle, so I'll take it 2-0 up, even more comfortable. And then after that, a double yellow card. Someone trips on Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal's dribbling through the defense, and someone trips Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal's going to goal, and I think that's a second yellow. No one can argue with that one. I think that's a clear second yellow. And then another red card, but this one was a straight red. Murici, he high kicks Joan Garcia right in the face. Clear straight red card. Initially it was given a yellow card, but then the referee went to VAR, and he erased the yellow card, and he gave him a straight red. So the correct decision by the referee there. And then just before the end of the half, Rafinha makes a dirty challenge. In my opinion, that is a straight red card. No, I don't think I'm a Barcelona fan, but that is a straight red card. Terrible challenge from Rafinha. He was lucky to stay on. He should have been sent off right before halftime. And then overall in the first half, I think Barcelona obviously dominated the possession. So Mallorca had some counterattacks, but not really anything. Barcelona were pretty comfortable. The high line wasn't too troubling. I think Barcelona did good in the back. The midfield was okay. The front line, they got the goals, but I think they could have scored even more, especially down 9 men. They were playing against 9 men. Mallorca were down to 9 people. I think Barcelona should have gotten the third goal before halftime. Alright, then we get on to the second half. A lot of the same from Barcelona. Barcelona were controlling the tempo of the game, but they couldn't find the net as I would have hoped. I was hoping Barcelona were going to put the goals in on the second half and make it 4-5-0 and end the game. Even though the game was already finished, I would have liked to seen more urgency. As Hansi Flick said in the post-game interview, the players, they were only given 50-60%, so I kind of wanted to see more, but we did have a good amount of chances. So Lamine Yamal hit the post, Rafinha hit the post, Dani Olmo hit the post. So I think the second half, again, we didn't score like I wanted to, but we still controlled, so I can't really argue with that. And then to end off the second half, some subs came in, stuff like that, like Rashford came in, Gavi came in, Olmo came in, and then Koundé came in. And then in the final minutes of the game, Lamine Yamal scores an absolute rocket to just put the game to bed, 3-0, done. What a goal from Lamine Yamal, bro. Best player in the world, no debate. And that finished the game. A comfortable, easy 3 points for Barcelona to start off the league in a waste. I would say that stadium is very difficult to play in away atmosphere, but Barcelona did well overall. And now I'm going to get into the players, starting with Juan Garcia in goal. Very, very solid, bro. Seeing a new goalkeeper, it's like heaven to my eyes seeing Juan Garcia play instead of Inaki Pena or Szczesny. Juan Garcia is so good. The saves he was making in the first half, the one with Murici, they're not like crazy saves, but what I like is how comfortable he made them look. And like coming out the box, heading the ball away, clearing. He just makes it look so comfortable, and that's what I like. I don't feel like pressure back when I'm watching the ball in the back. I don't feel like I'm not like feeling any pressure like Mallorca's about to score. Like, I'm comfortable, I'm confident in Juan Garcia's ability. In the right back area, started Eric Garcia instead of Jules Koundé. I don't know what's going on with Jules Koundé, but something must be going on crazy. Eric Garcia is the starting right back. Eric Garcia played good, though. I think Eric Garcia is still a very good player. Very good on the ball. No problems with him. At right center back, we had Ronald Araujo. I would say a solid game from Araujo. The issue with Araujo with me is he just loses his head sometimes and he's not very smart. Like, he'll just clear the ball out of nowhere when he can easily pass it or leave it to Juan Garcia or even just maintain possession. It gets me angry sometimes, but defensively, he was solid. Overall, I can't really say anything about Araujo. We'll see how he comes into the season. As the season comes along, we'll see, but I don't think he's going to start he's going to be the starter along the whole year. I think Christensen's going to take his place sometimes, even Koundé, because there are mistakes in Araujo that I see. Then on to the next center back, Kubarsi. Great player, Kubarsi. Good game overall from Kubarsi. I'm very happy for him. I think he's obviously the leader this year now that Inigo Martinez is gone. A very strong performance, and I love Kubarsi, man. A great center back. Next, we have Alejandro Balde, left back. First 20 minutes from Alejandro Balde. Honestly, best player on the pitch alongside maybe Lamine Yamal and Pedri, I would say. Balde was insane the first 20 minutes. Dropped off a little bit after that, but the first 20 minutes, he was making the runs. He was making the tackles. I remember this one tackle he had, insanely good tackle. Kubarsi, too. Kubarsi had a really good tackle in that first half. Like, straight up, he just won the ball. He didn't have to slide anything. Just won the ball so clean. Alejandro Balde did that, too, sometimes. Overall, great performance from Alejandro Balde. Still has to fix up that maybe crossing ability, and sometimes I'm seeing... I want some more width from Balde because I see a lot of times he goes inside, but sometimes I just want him, like, taking the space out wide instead of going inside a lot, because what happens is that Rafinha, since he's not a natural left winger, he always goes inside. And then when Balde goes inside as well, that means there's no one out on the left, and you always need a threat on the left. So that's all I want to see. I just want to see Balde staying more on the left. But other than that, I think he was very good. Now into the midfield, De Jong. I thought De Jong was solid. Obviously, De Jong's a little bit slow sometimes, but I mean, I'm not really going to complain. I thought he did good in possession, and obviously, as always, carrying the ball through the midfield was good. Then we move on to the next midfielder. Pedri Gonzalez. Pedri Potter. Harry Potter. Best midfielder in the world. I don't know, bro. I keep watching Pedri, and it's like I'm watching Iniesta, but like I didn't really get to watch Iniesta like that, so it's like I'm watching Iniesta for like a second time. But honestly, even better. I'm watching like a more new generation, better, faster Iniesta. It's like crazy. Like, watching Pedri's, it's a pleasure to watch Pedri. Even though I don't think it was like his best game, obviously, but even Pedri's worst game, or Pedri's like mid-game, is like the best game of Vitinha's season. I'm be bringing up Vitinha a lot this season because I think he's overrated, and Pedri's just levels above him and anybody else. But Pedri just does 3 or 4 things every single game where you just go back and you're like, wow. And that's what does it for me for Pedri. I think another great performance from Pedri. Starts the season great on a good, intense performance level. His standards is already so high, so it's going to be a good season for Pedri, I hope. Next, in the attacking midfield, I would say the worst player for Barcelona in the first half, That's not to take anything away because I feel like every player for Barcelona was good in the first half. So it's not to say that Fermin Lopez was terrible, but I would say he was the worst player for Barcelona because I don't think he got in good areas a lot, and every time he got the ball, he kind of lost it, and he wasn't really productive with his. When he was on the ball, he wasn't really productive like he was against Como or Dagu, you know. So it's the thing with Fermin Lopez is he's very inconsistent. Like some games he'll play good, like really good, but some games he'll just be off. It's like that's the thing with Fermin. But luckily we have Olmo as well, and even Joe Fernandez. Don't forget about him. So overall, solid from Fermin. It's not first game of the season. It's fine. Now we get onto the front three. Right wing, Lamine Yamal. Bro, I'm just lost for words for what I'm seeing. I'm seeing an 18-year-old be the best player in the world. And he is... It's not even close. Like, when people say best player in the world, like, it's not like Messi and Ronaldo where they were close. Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world. It's not close. Go just watch the game. And I'm not going to say Lamine Yamal's performance was perfect. It's not perfect. He had a lot of times when I was getting mad because he was giving the ball away a lot, but his standard is so high that any other player does this and he's getting talked about like crazy. But with Lamine Yamal, we're so used to seeing it that I am going to get mad if he misplaces a pass or he shoots too much. But the way he was dribbling past Mojica, Mojica is a very good left back. If you guys know Mojica from Mallorca, I would say he's one of the most underrated left backs in La Liga. Lamine Yamal was making him look like a second division Spanish player. That's how good Lamine Yamal is. And the way he was just cutting inside, like when he got that second yellow card, you saw what he did to those two players. Like he had them in a 360. Like the two players didn't know what was happening. Like they were spinning all over the place. He's just, I don't know, having Lamine Yamal on your team. This is why it's the best thing being a Barcelona fan. You get to watch Lamine Yamal and Rafinha and Pedri. That performance from Lamine Yamal, an assist and a goal. That goal at the end just made it a 9 out of 10 performance for me. If he didn't get that goal, it would have been like, okay, but the way in the goal he scored, that's not just top bins. I'm telling you, that finishing, he's improved his finishing. He's coming for the Ballon d'Or. Maybe not this year, but next year. Insane what I'm seeing from Lamine Yamal. However, I do have some critiques for Lamine Yamal. I would say, aside from giving the ball away too much, because when you see Lamine Yamal, he tries some insane passes. You see, like Rafinha, for example, the other winger, if you see Rafinha, he plays very simple. He will try crazy passes sometimes, but for the most part, it's playing backwards, sideways. Lamine Yamal, you see him, he almost never plays backwards or sideways. He's always trying to look for that extra, the final pass. And a lot of times it doesn't work because it's a very hard pass. And it gets me mad. Maybe it gets other Barca fans mad, but I know it gets me annoyed. But that's one thing I would work on with Lamine Yamal. Maybe try playing more simple sometimes because he's always looking to play the final ball. And that's not bad, but against better teams like Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, you can't be losing the ball that much. That's all I have to say. Lamine Yamal loses the ball a little bit too much. And another thing that I didn't like is he's a little bit selfish today. Obviously, Lamine Yamal is not a selfish player, but today I thought he was a little bit selfish. And not in terms of dribbling a lot, just in terms of his shooting. It felt like every time he got into that position, he was shooting too much. And Lamine Yamal, he should be shooting the most out of any player on this team, but I feel like he's forcing it sometimes because he wants the goals, because a lot of people last season were saying Lamine Yamal was not scoring enough goals. And he feels like now he has to score the goals, so he's shooting a lot sometimes. And I don't have a problem with that, but sometimes, like in this game, I feel like he shot a little bit too much. And I just want him to tone down the shots because not that he shouldn't be shooting. I think it looks better because what's happening is he's shooting, and they're close shots, but they're going off target. And when you shoot a lot and it goes off target, it just looks bad. And I don't want Lamine Yamal to look bad because, as I said, he's the best player in the world, and it's not even close. So I want Lamine Yamal to keep his reputation high. You know, I mean, if he's shooting it and he's scoring every time, he could shoot all he wants, but. I think he had like 6 or 7 shots today. He only made 1. So I just want to see him a little bit less shots. Take them when you really see the opening, you know. But overall, from Lamine Yamal, best player on the field for me. Best player in the world. Now we move on to the striker, Ferran Torres. Got the goal. Insane finish. What a finish. That was top corner. Even if the referee didn't blow his whistle, the keeper was not saving that. That was a great finish from Ferran. Overall, I thought he was good as well. He was making some good runs. Ferran Torres he should be the starter even when Lewandowski comes back, even with Rashford. I think Ferran, we can hold it down this season. We can win the Champions League. That's the biggest trophy we can win. We can win the Champions League this year with Ferran Torres, that striker. Ferran's a good player. He can score goals, and his combination play is good with Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, which is good. Now we get onto the left wing, Rafinha. Rafinha, I thought, had a solid game. Got the first goal of the season. Very important goal. He got the first goal of the game, which the first goal of the game is always the most important. So when he got that first goal, it just Barcelona looked more comfortable, and we were able to play better. More comfortable, more in possession. We were just more comfortable because we had the first goal. I thought Rafinha overall, I thought he was pretty good. I thought his combination play was good. His runs in behind were good. A lot of runs from Rafinha, which were very good, but the Pedri and De Jong weren't able to play the ball. And as we saw, mostly in the second half. In the first half, Rafinha was on the left wing mostly, but I thought his crossing wasn't bad. He played some good balls to Lamine Yamal, and his tracking back. Rafinha, he's the best presser and defender as a winger in Europe. No other winger tracks back like Rafinha. No other winger defends like Rafinha. That's why it's so good. You have Lamine Yamal, who's the more creative, better player, but you have Rafinha, who's not as talented, but he puts in the work. Like, you never see Rafinha, he never stops running. And that's why when people state the best wingers in the world, it is Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. And it's Lamine Yamal is number one, Rafinha's number two, Rafinha's number one, Lamine Yamal's number two. Yes, they are them. They are the top two, and Rafinha's the top two because what he does off the ball, his movement off the ball, his defensive work, and then his production, his numbers, it's just no debate, man. When you see other wingers, look at Vinicius Jr., look at Dembele, look at Saka. No one's tracking back like Rafinha is. Top winger. In the second half, we saw him playing a little bit more centrally. So Rafinha is a right winger. He plays better in the central position than in the left position. We know that. The left wing for Rafinha is in his favor because he wants to cut inside. We see Rafinha more inside than outside. In that second half, he got a lot more opportunities at goal, and he got a lot more open looks, and I like that a lot from Rafinha. I think he needs to be playing more centrally. He looked very more effective. He played a great pass into Eric Garcia. He played a great pass into Dani Olmo, which ultimately hit the post. So that position for Rafinha, Rafinha's a roam player, what I mean by that is he can go wherever he wants. He's kind of like the free player in the team, attacking mid, left wing, the striker role. Rafinha he can play wherever he wants. And I think that's the role that Flick has given him, obviously, since last year. He has more freedom. He can make the runs. Overall, for Rafinha, not his best performance, but he got the goal. His defensive work rate was good, and his passing was good. Overall, very solid performance from Rafinha. Now we move on to the bench. The substitutes. We had Gavi, Olmo, Rashford, and Koundé. Starting with Olmo, I thought Olmo was okay. I thought he hit the shot that hit the post. I thought Olmo overall was good. Like Fermin, maybe a little bit better than Fermin. I mean, you see the talent in Olmo. He's so talented. He just has to stay healthy. That's it with Olmo. But overall, good. Gavi, I thought Gavi brought some good energy. Okay from Gavi overall, though. I think defensively he was good. Attacking, though, I mean, no really midfielder had that effectiveness in the final third, I would say. It was overall, like, the same from every player in the midfield in terms of attacking, like, in the final third. So Gavi he did his role, I think, pretty good overall. Marcus Rashford, okay performance from Rashford. He had some good combinations, some good passes, like, for combination play, like, runs in behind, but didn't get in the positions he needed to really have an impact on the game. Overall, okay from Rashford. Not really where I want him to be. I want him to be at a higher level because I think he can be at a higher level. Then we have Jules Koundé. I don't know what's going on with Jules Koundé, bro, but that's crazy. He lost his starting spot to Eric Garcia. He just looks mad. He doesn't look... Obviously, he renewed his contract. Jules Koundé has renewed his contract at Barcelona until 2030, which means he is happy at the club, but he doesn't look happy. He looks... Something's going on outside, which I don't know if it's with Flick or just his personal life, but Koundé doesn't look the happiest. Overall, first performance, not bad. Pretty good from Koundé. We know Koundé is the best right back. Let's not fool ourselves. Koundé is a better right back than Eric Garcia, and he should be the starter, but I'm fine with Eric Garcia being the starter for now, but in those bigger games, I want to see Jules Koundé, because Jules Koundé is still one of the best right backs in the world. Alright, so that's going to do it for my match review against Barcelona versus Mallorca. A comfortable 3-0 win for Barcelona, even though I would have liked to see them score more goals. Next game is away at Levante next weekend. I'm going to make a match preview for that game, but for this week, I think this is done for the content. I've been making a lot of videos, so I kind of want to ease up a little bit. I'm going to make the match preview, which will probably be around Friday or Thursday, sometime around then, but for now, I'm going to take a little bit break. Thank you guys for watching this match preview, and a very good start for the season from Barcelona, and let's go for more. Another 3 points coming against Levante. Let me know in the comments about what you thought about the game, and until next time, Nico out.